myself. My name is Salsabila Zahra from class 4E, majoring in English education. So, in this video, I will explain about the validity, reliability, and challenges of qualitative methods. Number 1, validity. Validity is the accuracy of an instrument or tool in the research process. In qualitative methods, it's more appropriate to use the term authenticity than validity, because authenticity means providing fair and honest description and information. Validating research results means that researchers determine the accuracy and credibility of the results through appropriate strategies, such as through member checking or triangulation. There are several techniques used to ensure the accuracy and credibility of research results. First, data triangulation. This means using a variety of data, using more than one theory, several analytical techniques, and also involving more researchers. The second is member checking. This means the data from the interviews were then confronted again with the participants or informants. And the third is auditing. Auditing presupposes the involvement of an outside party in evaluating or confirming research. The next, qualification of a qualitative researcher. Number 1, have sufficient insight and knowledge of the problem to be researched. Number 2, researchers have the ability to make ordinary things a research topic. Number 3, researchers must have the ability to communicate with participants so that they can get in-depth information through interviews or conversations. Number 4, researchers have a wide network to get in-depth input on the phenomena studied, both from experts as well as through electronic media and other online sources. It means that the researchers must have enough references for his study. And the last is researchers are able to make a report in a systematic, clear, complete, and detailed manner and able to communicate the results of their research to the wider community. Okay, next is about reliability. Reliability refers to the level of consistency if this research is carried out by other researchers or by the same researchers but in a different place. Reliability has several types, namely, first, quixotic reliability. This means where the research environment of observation produce research results that don't change. The second is diachronic reliability. This means where is the stability of the observation over time. And the third is synchronic reliability. This means similar observation in the same time period. In qualitative methods, we can see that the reliability aspect depends on the first, sharpness of observation, the second, text analysis, and the third, interviews and transcripts of conversations that took place in a natural setting. Important things to note, number 1, about the interview. Participants must understand the question above the same way so that the answer can be coded without possible uncertainty. This is achieved by testing the material to be interviewed, training the interviewer. Number 2, truth value. This means that the descriptions of participants' experiences are as true as they were and lived. Number 3, the results of the interview are really in accordance with what was said by the interviewee. Reliability in qualitative is also related to observation. Researchers must master the field, know exactly what is happening in the field, and know the culture under study. Okay, the last one is about challenges. Qualitative methods in the application face many challenges. There are some critical questions raised by some people about the reliability, validity, and scientificity of this method. Okay, the first problem is whether the result of this qualitative research can be generalized or not. To answer this problem, researchers who use qualitative methods must really realize that the target of their research is a subject that is dynamic, moving, and changing all the time. The second question concerns the subjectivity and bias of researchers toward the research result. To reduce the subjectivity aspect of the researcher, then reading sources and journals must be sufficient as reference material. It is also important that researchers spend sufficient time at the research site and obtain information from more sources. It always advisable to conduct preliminary research so that the researcher has a sufficient professional picture of the topic to be researched. And the third question is whether the presence of the researcher will affect the participants. It is undeniable that the presence of the researcher will affect the attitude of the subject under study. But it must be kept in mind that researchers must obtain data as naturally as possible. Indeed, if researchers treat participants as research subjects, they will act as research subjects. Okay, I think that's all I can say. Sorry if there are many mistakes in my explanation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.